Folks, I'll be sharing my techniques and this technology at these upcoming spaces. Sure hope to meet you there. Good morning, everyone. Today's Wednesday, October the 3rd. This is the Futures in 5. We're taking a look at all of these folks that are holding relative support. Our charts are holding support. I took this uh, image before the breakout, but we do anticipate the breach here simply because we've been moving through higher lows and holding higher highs. We're very likely to move in the space. The problem is we're moving under technical divergence, so we know the chart is not going to expand and hold, and that has been the situation every day thus far, whether we expand downward and then we bounce, or we expand upwards and then we fade. We're going to see the same sort of thing today. Don't try to catch tops or bottoms because the expansion events could be very, very big. Just pay attention to see if our charts are headed higher. On the pullbacks, we look for long continuations. If your chart looks like it's headed lower on the pullback, then you look for lower on the bounce, then you look for short continuations. Here we are in the NQ. This one also recovered fairly nicely. Big bounce up into 77.20 and then a fade. It is very obvious that we are moving from support to resistance, back to support within a range, whether we are looking at a big range that goes from resistance to support, back to resistance. It's all the same. We are range bound in our broad motion. Within that range bound event, lots of places to trade. We're holding 76.37 as support, a new area around 76.53. Well, not particularly new. We know it here in the trading room. And then above that, we really do need to get up and stay up and over 76.86 for our chart to continue upside, and we're testing that right now. Taking a look at the YM, also in a breakout formation. This looks very nice. Good smooth momentum. On the 4-hour, we take a look at it in other time frames. Doesn't look quite so nice, but these projections push us fairly close to 27,000. And I'm going to guess the gambling nature of many traders is that they are going to assume that it tries to get to the round numbers up ahead. Pullbacks holding support fairly well at this juncture. We know the breakout and over in the blog format, our target was 28,883. We got it early this morning, and the chart is still holding upside. So now it's time for a trailing stop on that upward motion, and it's doing very nicely in general because we've got a mixed bag of support. Big formations still showing less power than the small formations. We have to assume that as soon as we get into our upper targets, we are going to fade into higher support. Here's oil. It's been chopping here for 3 days. Today is the EIA. We bounced up into resistance yesterday, faded through support, and then bought. Slow SMI telling us that that is a very legitimate thing to do, and that's what we've got to do. Fast SMI telling us we better take profit when we get to the top of this region, and it is doing just that, fading on that edge, but holding a very important level near 75.25. That's where we were hours ago when I took this image. We're sitting the same place here. So breakout, we're going to head back into these upper edges. Could get into even higher levels. I have those posted in the room for us, but we'll see how we do up into this space, especially as the EIA comes around. All right, here we are looking at gold. Came right into the 1212 target. I said, hey, listen, if it gets above 1202, you're going to see more upside pressure holding as buyers try to force us into the next lines of resistance. First line in the sand, 1205, 1206. Second line in the sand, 1212. That's where it's sitting stagnant. What do we anticipate? What have we got? High, low, high, probably going to fade to congestion. Take a look at the size of this. This is a squeeze pattern, and so they're going to try and fill in that edge. We could come all the way back down to 1196. What's the moral of the story here? 1204 to 1205 needs to recapture or rehold quickly, or the chart has a deeper fade on it. That's the futures in 5. See you tomorrow.